Abundance. Yizzo. Abundance, my people. Abundance. 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 You know, the one thing I want to say is that I had in my great awakening, I have had the opportunity to have meet some of the most amazing and beautiful people that the universe can produce. In my great awakening, I'm telling you, I have met some of the most beautiful and amazing people that the universe can produce. I mean that. I mean that. Yeah, a sister I saw today outside of the produce store. Oh, nigga, I'm tripping. I gotta go back to my. I'm tripping. The sister that I saw today outside the produce store. I mean, what an amazing woman. What an amazing woman. I forgot my juice thinking about this. But I want to say this, right? We all sit back as, I don't call myself a teacher. I'm just an awakener, and I want to be known. I keep telling you what I want to be known for. The great reminder, or one of the great reminders. That's all I want to be known for. Kalab Ma'at Amunra was a great reminder. That's it. That's all he was. However, I want to say this, right? As much as we formulate intellectual words to put together to sound good or give off the appearance of intelligence, I have to say that we are some of the most intelligent, confused motherfucking people on the planet. See, when you get truth, right? Knowledge is truth. And when you get truth, knowledge requires you to be better and take accountability. This is what I have grown to realize when it comes down to knowledge of self. It forces you to grow up. And growing up has nothing to do with an age. It's the maturity, it's the mind of the individual. And there is not a psychologist, there is not a neurologist, there is not a geneticist or a biologist that can argue with me and say that I'm wrong when it comes down to the behavior characteristics of so-called black people on the planet. Not one. The reason why we are in such a paradox and conflict with one another, because our souls, internally, our souls know that we are living wrong as a species. Especially when it comes to the children. Especially when it comes to the children. If you repeat something enough times and you show images as well, that programs your subconscious mind. And we are allowing, and this is where I say the so-called black woman is really angry with herself. And this is why she can't get along with her sisters. This is why y'all can't get along with one another no more. Because your internal soul know you're wrong. You are allowing another species. Now, I can see if you allowed another species that did not perform genocidal acts, some of the most inhumane and dark experimentations and physical abuse to you. I can see if these people or bloodline did not do it. I can totally understand that. And you can say, okay, this bloodline didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? This is a whole new group of species. So the people that did those heinous, unforgivable acts on us, they not reaping any benefits from that. They were just some dark people. But what you don't know, in order for you to live like you are living today, those genocidal acts and experimentations had to be done to us. Had to. So the whole time in the 1600s, going up to the 1800s, you're wondering why this man is snatching teeth out your mouth, cracking your baby skulls open, cutting you open, looking at your insides. You're wondering why he's doing that and not understanding that he's building a medical field. Hot damn. Hot damn. He's putting together a program, a systematic program that's going to have you looking at him as some great scientist or doctor. Why they study the size of the brain, the way the brain is structured, how it folds up and packs inside of the skull, how they know the different levels of your brain and consciousness and how neurons communicate with one another, as well as the subcortical parts in your brain that communicate with all your internal organs. This wasn't an enslavement right now. This is an embarrassment. And because we don't want to take inventory in that, because we don't want to speak about that directly, because like I said, we got 1 foot on the earth and 1 foot in the universe. 1 minute we want fame and fortune. The next minute we want our brothers and sisters to be free. You see, because we like that and we want something from these people. This is why our species, more importantly, our children, are so lost and abandoned. And we really think, listen to what I said, keyword we really think our brothers and sisters will show you any kind of mercy when we partying and twerking and fucking, living our best life according to this world. You honestly believe this? When it don't take a rocket science to make a slave. It don't take a rocket scientist to make a slave. It take a heartless, soulless bastard. A heartless, soulless bastard to make a slave. And this is why Instagram, YouTube got a problem with me. But see, here's the issue though. It ain't just them, it's our own brothers and sisters. See, even the white man, the Asian man, and the Arab man know that I'm speaking nothing but truth. That he actually had to come on some of my videos or send me emails and messages and say, I respect your passion when it comes to your people. I respect the truth that you speak with no filter, because they know it. And the fact that I sit there and I tell them, let me explain something to you, white man, Asian man, and Arab man. If it was a pie, 8 slices of pie, I'm going to give you 2 of them and I'm going to take 6 of them. Slavery was a choice. See, and when I say that, that makes them take more inventory in themselves and say, well, damn, we are literally abusing these people. And we are using drugs, cereal, your food industrial system, the juices, the milk, the artificial food to keep their minds in what you call a infant state. And we are benefiting off of them as we ride into their communities, and there's a Chinese store on every other corner full of salt, sodium, high blood pressure, greasy food. You got a Crown Fried Chicken on every corner. You got a KFC and a Popeyes. Meanwhile, you go in their communities, they got Whole Foods and Produce Junction. Hot damn. Vegan restaurants. You see, this here makes us look in the mirror at ourselves, because this is what the sun is doing. This is what the cosmos is doing. So you no longer gonna blame good or bad on another race or an invisible person in the sky or one underneath the ground. You no longer gonna do that. You're gonna look in the mirror at yourself and see how did you contribute to this destruction, individually and collectively. That's what you're gonna do. And children are born like a VCR. You get a brand new VCR out of the box, you plug it in. People don't know what a VCR is. I can name something else, a CD player or something. You get something brand new, or a cell phone. Let's go with a cell phone. Children are brand new cell phones that come out of the box. And children, please accept my apologies. I'm not referring to you as a phone. I'm just sometimes you gotta break some things down so people can understand where I'm coming from. Children are like brand new cell phones that come out of a box. They need to be programmed in order to surf and navigate the city, the state, the country you live in. When you load your phone up, it asks you what time zone you in. Put your zip code in if you want the weather updates. Hot damn. What apps you want down on this phone. And children are just like that when they're born, hungry to learn. And who's teaching them? Who's teaching them? Hold on, man. I told y'all this is going to be one of the most great awakenings that we can ever have. This is the most beautiful and amazing time in life. Because the truth, we are at the cusp, the precipice of the great awakening. And I forgot my damn, all that juicing I did, I forgot my shit in the freezer. You know I wasn't going home without this. Hell no. All that damn juicing I did. Let me show y'all. My green drink, kale, cucumber, and pineapple. I had to juice 2 of them. And I got my ginger, I got my beet juice in the car. All right, my brother. I spun around. I was on Lincoln Drive. All right. So, let me finish. Let me get into this. So when I listen to these other programs, when I listen to Clubhouse, and I hear everyone bickering back and forth. Let me show you something. Beet juice, ginger, red apple, and pineapple. That's what I put in my body. So anyway, this is why I say, for a molester, let me explain something to you. Molesting don't just take place physically. Let me just make that very clear, carefully. That shit take place in the mind first. So before that shit take place physically, that shit take place in the mind first. Just so that you know that. So we left our children naked for someone to be able to molest them. And we don't argue, we don't fight back, we don't educate ourselves, so we don't continue to travel down the same path, none of that. And all we do is we can find reasonings as the organic species on the planet. All we can do is find reasonings on why we don't like each other, on why we shouldn't be dating each other, on why black women should no longer mess with black men. I mean, this is ridiculous when you listen to this shit. It ain't nothing but a bunch of boys and girls playing around, playing fucking house. That's all it is. A bunch of boys and girls playing motherfucking house. That's it. And you don't even know that the house that you living in was built by your master and now it's getting burnt to the motherfucking ground by your big sister. See, Papa ain't doing it. Big sister coming in. She gonna burn that bitch to the ground. And those that want to stay in that fucking house, you gonna burn up with it. She gonna burn that bitch to the ground. We all coming the fuck outside. Believe that. We all are. So we can ignore the signs all we want. We can make excuses all we want. But as long as your child, long as our children, and I don't give a damn if you got children or not. This is the difference. This is what I mean by spirituality versus this awoke shit that I be talking here. You gotta wake up. This is the difference. Because see, when you become spiritual, which is to breathe, and then you become universal, you see all life as yours, especially your genetics. There's no way in the world I can be riding down the street and see a young black girl, a young black sister, so-called black little girl or boy being mistreated, and I keep my mouth shut. I don't give a damn. I speak up. And closed mouth is acceptance. And I'm tired of this bullshit. And we don't need nobody to come from the sky to change this shit. We can do it ourselves. But we too grown physically that we ain't grown up mentally. We have developed Stockholm syndrome. We fell in love with our abuser for trinkets and gave up our children. And we don't want to hear this shit. We don't want to hear it. But guess what? The time is coming. This is what I'm trying to tell you. I tell Mother Universe, man, get me the fuck out of here if I'm lying to my people. Get me the fuck up out of here if I'm lying to my people. If I'm misleading my people, if I'm misleading my people, if I'm fear mongering my people, if I'm not telling them the reality that we need to face as a people, get me the fuck up out of here. What I need to be here for? I'm good. What I need to be here on this front? Let me go work out in the other realm, in the dead realm. I'm being honest. It's some real shit. We have left our children out to dry. And see, a lot of adults, right? Let me tell a Starseed something. What you are experiencing, Starseed, some of you, your parents arguing with another, you know what I'm saying? Your dad not around, you know what I'm saying? Your mom talking shit about the dad talking shit about the mom, you know what I mean? What you experiencing right now, and you see the alcohol in the house, you see the cigarette smoking, you see the drinking and all that shit went on back then too. That shit went on in my generation when I was a kid too. You know what I'm saying? I was abandoned too. But this is why I came back. This is why I came into my awareness at this time. Because everyone else that's with the school, everyone else that got fucking degrees, they couldn't see the issue. They couldn't focus on the issue. Because you can have all the degrees you want. You can pronounce all the fucking 12-letter words or 14-letter words or 8-syllable words you want. But if you ain't got the soul, you can forget about it, baby. You can have the genetics, but you got to have the soul. That's something totally different. You see, the soul can't be bought. The tongue can't be bought. The heart can't be bought. The intellect, the brain, the willpower, The fire that burns within the soul, the energy, the core of the fucking sun can't be bought. See, when you got that there, you can't be bought. You see what I'm saying? You can't be persuaded with pretty looks, motherfucking body, none of that shit. You can't be persuaded with none of you. I have went around, let me explain something to you. And I want people to know this. I have met some beautiful, attractive sisters. Locks in their hair. They got natural shit, smelling good. But the moment I open my mouth up with truth, do you hear me? The moment that I open my mouth with truth. Oh, I don't know if I could talk to him. Well, I don't know if I could talk to him. Yeah, you can't. Because you ain't dealing with truth within yourself. Oh, I don't know if I could talk to him. Cool. Because it won't work on me. At all. You can get these other motherfuckers, but you won't get me. I'm good with it. You have the slightest idea. And it goes vice versa. There are a few, let me explain something to you. There was a sister today. I heard her inside the store when I was leaving out the store. She was talking to another woman. She was like, you can't do that to no man. You can't just be lying to no man and thinking that that's okay. You dead wrong for that. I said, thank you, sister. Thank you for actually checking your sister. She said, no, that ain't right. You can't do that. And she was like, man, you welcome. She was like, yeah, we gotta check ourselves. Women don't hold women accountable for shit. Y'all don't hold women accountable. Men don't deal with immature boys. Let me make that very clear. The nigga that you got pregnant by that didn't want to raise his kid or had nothing to do with the kid, he was already hanging with other immature boys. He was already hanging with a clique. That's that nigga. First of all, men don't hang around men all the time, and men damn sure ain't hanging with no immature boy. You ain't gonna see no shit like that. Nigga, I'd rather go sit and hang with a tree before I just go hang with any old nigga. Fuck I'm gonna sit around you for? And do what? Talk about what? I told you I was in a store. Boy had to be about 60 years old. Girl walking the store. Nigga turn around looking all up and down. I'm like, God damn, bro, you ain't get enough vagina in 60 years? He looked at me like, I'm like, yeah, that's why our race is dying, bro. Just looked at me. I don't knock nobody. You want to have sex, have sex. But contribute to the awareness of our planet. Contribute to that. My reward ain't money. My reward when I get a back massage. I get a back massage. I get my shoulders massaged. You know what I'm saying? I have great sex. That's my reward. And my ultimate reward is a starseed. When that day come, that's my ultimate reward. My reward ain't money. My reward ain't going on no beach. My reward ain't flying to this place and flying to that place and be like, yo, person, I'm here now. Yo, I'm here now and I'm going over here. Nah, that ain't my fucking reward. The fuck? I've been here before. This ain't nothing compared to what you would, how other planets really look too. Just so that you know. And I'm not saying that this ain't nothing, but I'm just trying to tell you, shit, you ain't seen nothing yet. You wait till heaven come to earth. You will really see how this shit look. You will really see. So I'm not telling no one, oh no, don't have sex. That's the last thing I'm gonna tell you. Do you? But there is also time that you can take out of your day to contribute to the awareness of our people in any form or fashion. It don't make a difference. Whether eating healthy, whether talking about the education system, whether loving on each other more, or saying, yo, supreme rising to you, sister, supreme rising to you, brother. You know what I mean? Just walking out your neighborhood, walking around just in your travels. You are important. You are unique. You are beautiful. You just ain't see it yet, but it's coming. You can feel it though, can't you? You don't see it, but you can feel it. Like, damn, why would this brother speak to me like that? Why would another brother speak and say that great stuff about me? Because it's true. That's why. And guess what? They will remember. They don't have to remember your name. They will remember your face. They will remember your voice. They can be in a room with a group of people. And the moment that you start talking, they be like, wait a minute, I know that voice. So when I sit here and I listen to, these social media platforms and I listen to these people on here that can come up with a million reasons on why black men and black women shouldn't be dating with one another. But they can't come up with they can't even come up with one reason on why our children should not be medically evaluated, psychologically evaluated, as well as educated by a whole other group of species and policed. We can't come up with one reason as collectively, as a unanimity group, as one organic species. We can't come up with one French toast reason. And the moment that one of us start to hit to a reason on why we should not participate in this shit. Oh, you racist. Oh, you talking about separation. Are you serious? If your fingers were stuck together like this, would they work properly for you? So there has to be a degree of separation. Come on. Come on. Stop playing. Oh my gosh, man. I value y'all. I appreciate y'all. I sincerely do. What an amazing time to be alive. What an amazing time to know thyself, speak with no fear, and challenge the darkness that's on this planet. And even the darkness that has been programmed into us. To have the ability to unlearn and be willingly to relearn, to open your heart and your mind enough to learn the truth. And when you get the truth, act on it. Because the truth doesn't require violence. The truth just requires a genuine heart. You don't need no violence when you got the truth. I don't need no violence. What we need violence for? None whatsoever. So like I said, these people, you know, I sit there, it is what it is. I can't begin to, and some of these people supposed to be very educated. And I just be confused on how we can articulate ourselves so well when it comes down to the so-called black man and black woman issues in relationships, but we can't articulate ourselves and come up with basic ideas. This ain't inventing teeth. Basic ideas in order to keep our children safe from an individual that has spent this entirety manipulating, imperialism, destroying, performing genocidal acts. I mean, literally. These people have the ability to separate themselves from their forefathers, but they are following the game plan that their forefathers have laid down for them. Woo! Kalai, get off of here tonight. This is why IG be blocking your videos. Get off here tonight. Man, I value and I appreciate each and every last one of you. I sincerely do. Even the ones that have issues with me. You really got issues with yourself. See, I know that already. You got issues with yourself in the way that you've been living and the lies that you have accepted and the lies that you have passed down. Generational curse. Yes, you have. Yes, you do. Sure do. You don't got no issue with me. You got an issue with the fact that you know that you starting to come into the realization that you think an adult is someone that pays bills and have a house or have a car and a job. That's not an adult. That's a slave that learned how to work, that learned how to maneuver the way his father, his slave master, told you how to do it. That's a slave. That's not an adult. See, we coming into the realization. This is why we talk about. This is why we get so angry. Be like, man, ain't nobody fucking playing around with me. Don't play with me, man. I ain't no kid. Don't play with me. This is why we keep saying, I ain't no kid, man. Don't play with me. But you don't realize what your subconscious mind is saying to you. Yeah, you are. You may not be a kid according to the age that was given to you, but you are a kid mentally. And when you are a kid mentally as an adult, you can be fooled to be Saucy Santana and think that shit is normal. And think that shit is normal. You see? You can be manipulated to be that. And then have a nerve to look at everyone else like there is something wrong with heterosexual people. When it has been proven in the statistics and the stats is coming out that gay people are more violent when it comes to relationships. Domestic violence is more amongst the gay people, especially females. Let's just start with that. Especially females. That they are more violent with one another than it is with heterosexual couples. Go figure that. Go figure that. See, you try to do something that a soulless being won't do. Because, see, let me explain something to you. When you see the other races, the eukaryotic cell, performing those acts, and you be like, well, they get along so well. Why we can't get along? Because you got a soul, ninwit. That's why. They don't have one. Their subconscious mind is not. They have a conscious mind, which is them awareness just right in front of them. A small, they don't even have a fully developed frontal lobe. So they're not even thinking rationally or logically. Just so that you know, their frontal lobe is completely gone. That shit doesn't even grow with them. So a lot of these scientists and so-called professors that you think all these people were so great back in the day, a lot of these was entities that had on suits. Just like working in your hospitals today. Just so that you know that. But don't worry about me. I'm just running my mouth. It ain't true. You know what? This is the way anybody that has a divine loving heart was meant for us to live this way. And because we did something that not one religious person can explain to me, what did we do to an individual that already know that we was going to be doing this shit, for him to create a whole race of people to come and beat our ass? If the Most High and God is the all-knowing, how did he not know that his creation that was made in his likeness and his image was going to disrespect him so much one day that he was going to come back and create another species to tear our asses up? That sounds like an incompetent motherfucker to me. What's wrong with you? And the fact that we sit there and be like, we shouldn't challenge the wisdom of God, but yet I can't beat your ass. Your children won't even allow you just to beat their asses for nothing. At some point in time, your child will rebel against your ass. But in the meantime, this shit is okay. Sound like an incompetent one. A narcissistic, psychopath, sociopathic, necrophilia, demonic, French toast bastard. That's what it sounds like to me. And he's a child molester that you came out of the sky and got into a 14-year-old bed, making with Mary to make Jesus. You lying bastard. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, God. Whoever the fuck you think you call yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, you bastard. Seriously. And we ought to be ashamed of ourselves for believing no bullshit like that. Are you serious? He's the all-knower. He's the all-seer. Oh, really? He didn't know that we was going to violate his motherfucking will one day? He didn't know that shit? Right. You try that shit with somebody else. Try that shit with me. That's the most embarrassing. You know what? Let me tell you something. It's more embarrassing to believe in an invisible motherfucker in the sky than it is to go to school and be indoctrinated by a motherfucking group of race of people that don't belong here. At least I can see these physical motherfuckers. I'm trying to tell you, I don't mean no harm, but it gotta be like, seriously. It gotta, like, that's more, yo, it gotta be more, you gotta really be you gotta be on a short, you ain't even on a short bus when you believe in a motherfucker that literally created a whole race of people and to violate us on something we don't even know. Can anybody tell me logically what we did in order for him to do that? And you can pull up ancient aliens and you can see historically that the people that lived then were far more advanced than the people that live now. And they harmonized with the planet. So what the hell did we do? Well, it's the will of God. Well, I tell you what, you keep on, you sit down with the will of God. I'm going to take action. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take action. So this is why, you know what I mean? This is why things go on the planet, because our brains are underdeveloped. I told you, you have gyrus and you have sulcus. The gyruses are the ridges that's on the brain. The sulcus is the deep part that separates parts of the brain. And those sulcus develop with language. Go watch the movie Arrival. If anybody, people that are really awoke now and you haven't seen the movie, or you've seen the movie before and you haven't watched it lately, but you are more sharper, you're more aware, you know what I'm saying? You're opening up the right hemisphere of your brain, your frontal lobe is growing. Go watch the movie Arrival. And tell me, and the shit that I'm telling you, I guess they just make it up. Language is, your environment plays a major role on your brain. It was 12 ships that popped up all over the planet. 12 celestial ships that popped up all over the planet. And they only wanted to speak to the one girl, the redhead girl, because out of everybody, her heart was the most genuine. Now, mind you, of course, they made them tall, and they made them dark, and they made them look like extraterrestrials, some foreign species, something that belonged in the water. But if you look at the hands, their fingers, they had 7 of them. 7 means God's perfect creation. So anyway, when you look at the movie Arrival, understand what they were trying to tell you. That ancient language, true ancient language, never made a sound. Because you know why? We looked each other in the eyes and spoke to each other telepathically. Go look at it. Go look at the movie Arrival. I mean, listen. And where do you think they get the shape of these ships from? I mean, you know, I told you, I got to give much respect for Pindar, Moloch, and all the other crews, you know what I mean, that's working, you know, in this realm to develop a world to their liking. I got to give them credit for that shit. I bangs with them. I told you I respect them. You know what I mean? Like, I really respect them, because they literally created a world to play God to their liking. And at the same token, they put all of it inside of the movies right in front of your face to see if you would actually pick up on it. And they were so They are so arrogant now to the point that they strongly believe no matter what we show them, Arrival, 2012, Today After Tomorrow, Independence Day, Predator, no matter what we show them. Hold on, what's the other joint? What's the other one when they had to travel back in time? Y'all know what I'm talking about. The boy of Jurassic World playing it. I can't think of it. No matter what we show them, they still won't catch on. They still won't catch on. They will strongly believe that this is just entertainment and not us telling the truth right in front of their faces. Right in front of our faces. But again, how you learn the truth is through medical terminology. Get those books, biology, chemistry, neurology, genetics, get those books. And then when you start reading those books and start writing things down and started studying certain parts of the body, more importantly, the brain, the spinal cord, your central nervous system, your peripheral nervous system, your eyes, your ear, your nostrils, your tongue, how things work, you will start to see in those movies everything that they're telling you. Hold on, let me check something out real fast, my people, while we here. Let me check something out real fast while we on live. Oh, yo, my back is really tight. Let me check something out while we on live together. Let's check something out together. As one big family. Let me check something out. Oh, Transformers is another one. I mean, Secret Invasion on Disney Plus with Samuel L. Jackson. All of these right here are all messages to the organic species of the planet that, hey, you've been duped. All of them. Let's check something out together as one family. Let's check something out together as one family. Let's see what's going on here. Ba-da-da-da-da. Okay, that was the first. So we're going to look at this real fast just to give y'all some updates right quick. This was the first. 9-1. Look at the pressure on the backside of the planet. So let's just skip it up. Let's just see what it looks like. Let's just see what it looks like today. Still, look at the pressure. Look at all this. Look at this. Oh, this is over. Look, it's even wrapping around to the front, my people. I mean, the entire planet. The entire planet. 9-8. The Magneto's pulse. Like, it's wrapping around the entirety of the whole planet. It is what it is. And y'all thinking they trying to hype it up. COVID. Y'all better understand. Go search up the symptoms of COVID-19. Go search up them symptoms. Look at the... Woo, hold on. How much? 729 kilometers per second equals how many miles per hour? That's all you got to do. Lexa, 729 kilometers per second equals how many miles per hour?
729 kilometers per second is about 1.631 million miles per hour.
1.63 million, baby. Miles per hour. That's how fast that solar wind is coming from the, what you would call big brothers. Look, Earth is in the middle. The white side is the daytime side. The black is the nighttime side. These arrows represent solar radiation coming from the sun. This is the magnetic field over here. The same thing over here. Magnetic field. And these arrows should hit the magnetic field. Some should hit Earth and they should travel out into space. But look at these arrows right here. Reversing. Look at these arrows. Reversing back. And look at the energy. Reversing. Nighttime. This is why you ever notice sometimes at night, it's warmer than it is during the day. It's hotter than it is during the day. Oh, let me just check this out here. 7 whole days, not a word from you. 7 whole nights, and I'm just about through. So we go 7 days, September 2nd, since the last time I did this. Just going, look at we in a C, this is C flare. This is in a C range. But look at this, M flare. Now this is up to date, September 7th. C flares, look at all of these. Look at this, this was an M flare. Look at this right here, all of these C flares. Look at this. Charge, this is why I'm telling you, look, another M flare. I'm going backwards now. Look, M flare. Look at these C flares. These are all ionized charged particles. Look at this. This was almost an X flare back on September the 3rd. Look at this right here. Another one, M flare. Look at this right here. Look, and then look in between. Look at all the C flares. Look at this energy. Look at this. These are all ionized particles. And ionized particles separate the electron from around the atom, exposing the atom to UVA, UVB, and more importantly, UVC radiation, which is a detoxifier, a germ killer, a mutating wavelength. UVC radiation is a detoxifier, a germ killer, a mutating wavelength. This is why they telling you right now, trying to get ahead of the curve to tell you that, oh, it's the new variant, you know what is coming out. And you know what that new variant is? The intensity, the residual effects of ionized particles, because you cannot get rid of ionization. Ionized radiation stays with the body. You either going to biosynthesize it or it's going to eat you up internally. That is what UVC, that's what ionized particles going to do. Point blank and simple. So again, all of this shit is happening and we think, listen to Donald Trump. Donald Trump and 18 co-defendants. 1 and 8 is what? 9. Donald Trump was the what? 45th president, right? If I'm not making this mistaken, and 45th month, number 9. And look at what's happening. He's supposed to be running for president again. And not only that he is in the lead. You don't understand what's really happening. He was the last president of the United States. Biden is an extension of Obama. That's all he is. He's an extension of Obama. Obama's really running this shit behind closed doors, and he's taking orders from that fake royal family, the fake Moon, Pindar, Moloch, and the rest of his crew. See, a lot of people now are starting to catch on to that and be like, you know what? Khalid has a point. I have more than a point. And more importantly, I point you back to you. I don't point you to nobody else, because you don't need to be looking at nobody else. You need to be focused on you and your race and your species, and that's it. You don't need to be looking at nobody else. Everybody else is fruitless to look at everybody else. Everybody else that want to argue about, oh, we all got animal DNA, oh, we all got animal genetics. Nigga, use a French toast lie. Everybody want to talk about, oh, we come from the same source. That's some bullshit. I don't want to hear none of that bullshit. If we all came from the same source, we wouldn't have the same problems on the planet, and we all would be moving the same. Let me explain something to you. All honeybees come from the same source. That's why they all do the fucking same thing. All rats come from the same source. That's why they all do the fucking same thing. All hyenas come from the same source. That's why they all do the same thing, no matter what part of the globe they on. All flies do the same shit, no matter what part of the globe they on. All black people are the same. Not all motherfucking races of people on the planet. So just so we understand that. But see, people don't want to accept that. And more importantly, my people don't want to accept it at this time because it requires change. It requires accountability. It requires taking back our children from a group of species that fed them to fucking crocodiles and did experimentations on them. Point blank and simple. That's what the fuck it is. So all you niggas with your tarot cards, all you niggas burning candles, all you niggas talking to dead motherfuckers, not one of them dead niggas told you the reason why you in this situation is because you got another race of people educating your fucking children. But yet you want to keep on lighting candles and talking to the fucking dead because you so concerned about your individual ass future. What is tomorrow going to be like? But I'm an internal being. What's tomorrow's going to be like? I'm an internal being. It's total fucking contradiction. I create tomorrow. I create tomorrow. I create my fucking reality, not some other mother French toast. I do that. And if the fucking, first and foremost, the dead know how this fucking realm is. Why the fuck is the dead still hanging around? Because they might not be welcome where the fuck they should be going. So therefore they hanging around with your dead ass. Get the fuck out of here. Let me get off of here, my people, man. I value you. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. Star Seeds, just understand and overstand that you can rate. You Star Seeds, your voice is going to be heard. This is your time. that you are going to literally be heard as a species. And let me tell you something. There is no going back. The only thing is, I'm going to tell y'all. See, let me say this to a lot of star seeds. Let me say this to y'all. Your parents are raising you to be enablers. And what I mean by that, because they are so afraid to be alone and be with themselves and better themselves that they need you to be around them all the fucking time. They need you to need them. Ain't that some shit? They need you to need them. This is why your parents are raising you to be enablers. That's all they are. That's all they raising you to. You know what I'm saying? You 24, 25 years old. You ain't got no passion and moving into your own apartment as a man, a 1-bedroom apartment. You ain't got your mom in the house with you, your dad in there with you, or your mom is in there with you, and you a fucking male and you walk around in the box and you walk. What the fuck, bro? You ain't got no passion, nothing to go and say, let me go try to get me a 1-bedroom apartment. Let me go try and let me get me a room. Why would I want to walk around in a room in a house with my mom? I should be walking around in the house with a woman, not my mother. That's being honest. We don't have no, and the same thing go for women. Let me explain something to you. I done told y'all already, young women, they feed on you. They feed on you. They want you to give yourself up to little Turk that's on the motherfucking corner. You know what I mean? Little turtle on the fucking corner, a little black that's on the corner that's your age. Now, mind you, little black and little turtle hormones is like this. They fucking racing. So all this nigga want to do is stick. You see what I'm saying to you? But every time he's sticking you, he is causing an imprint in your vagina and he is widening your motherfucking vagina, especially if you ain't doing no exercises. So now, guess what? Guess what? Now he done moved on. You crying, you upset, you heartbroken, and now you fall right into the same depression state as the older women that coached you and told you to deal with a nigga your age. You can deal with a nigga your age, but he need to be leveled up. That's the difference. That's the difference. That you don't even know I had this conversation with my own daughter. Stop playing with me. Just because that nigga your age don't mean that means you should be talking to him. What's wrong with you? You should be looking to grow into your womanhood. You ain't ready to grow into your womanhood? Then you shouldn't be nowhere near thinking you need to be in a relationship with that nigga there. How you gonna grow into a womanhood? He in the house with his mom, walking around in his fucking boxes, ain't even taking the trash out. That don't make any sense. They are raising you to be enablers because they don't want to be alone. That's it. They don't want to be alone. So they give you all of this depression, anxiety. All of this shit is poured on you children. All of it. All of it is poured onto you. And don't worry though. Don't worry. You're going to dump it back and they going to get it tenfold. Just understand that, star seeds. You're going to dump it back and they're going to get it tenfold. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. Woman, child, and man, cosmos and earth, eternal light. Each one reach one. This is how we grow. I see you, my brothers and sisters. Protect yourself at all times with knowledge, sunlight, chlorophyll, distilled water, and 3D human free. Kalama, Amunra, God gene for life. Sunblood, sunblood, sunblood. I am not black. Gizzo. It's not about one love. It's about whole love. Peace, abundance, and gratitude to you all.